Father of an accused school shooter faces murder and manslaughter charges. Prosecutors say Colin Gray bought the gun used in the attack for his son after police had already questioned them about online threats. Gray is the first adult to be charged in connection with a school shooting in the state. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry reports from Winder, Georgia.
He was one of the purest hearts that you could ever meet.
Brianna Skirmerhorn says she will be in court every day. Her 14-year-old son Mason was shot and killed inside Apalachee High School in 2024.
He was all of the best parts of us and none of the bad.
Authorities allege then 14-year-old Colt Gray opened fire, killing 4, including Mason, and injuring 9 others before surrendering. Investigators say warning signs surfaced a full year before the shooting.
Did you say something about school shooting? Never, I just told him I don't know what.
Body cam from 2023 shows deputies questioning Colt Gray and his father Colin after receiving anonymous tips about online school shootings linked to the teenager. No charges were filed, citing a lack of probable cause.
He knows the seriousness of weapons and what they can do and how to use them and not use them.
Months later, authorities say his father gave his son an AR-15 style rifle, the same one used in the Apalachee school. Prosecutors say Colin Gray also bought a larger magazine for more ammunition for the semi-automatic legal.
So what we see here, we see a father's own child because his son had a school pew-pew event. And I love that the father is on trial. What I've always been in favor of is parents going to jail for their child's stupidity and child actions. This is the first case that anything like this has ever happened. And I believe that this state or Georgia is basically going to convict him because he has something to do with it. He bought the pew-pew for his son on Christmas. But at the end of the day, his son did something that could have been prevented by the father. The father did nothing, let this happen. So the father deserves to go to jail too. If we start seeing parents go to jail for their children's actions, we'll see better parents. We'll see better kids. I've always said this in many of my videos. Go back and check the tape. The parents need to go to jail for the kids' stupidity. They do. They really do. Because you have these kids that are not being smart. You have these kids that are doing whatever they want, and these parents are acting like they don't care about their kids. They say, oh, it's just a phase. They're not disciplining their kids. They're not teaching their kids. They're actually helping their kids, and they're advising their kids to do these things and say, oh, they'll grow out of it. I believe every parent, if your kid does something stupid, illegal, you deserve to go to jail too. This is absolutely right. Shout out to the state of Georgia. Shout out to the Barron County. It's because the parent is absolutely liable as much as the son is. The son had a pew-pew event at a school. He took out 4 people, right? All because the father bought him a pew-pew for Christmas. The same pew-pew that his father bought, he used it at this school event. Absolutely. Dad needs to go to jail just as long as the son, because the dad, I would say, is an accessory to it too, because he encouraged for him to have a pew-pew. Why are you buying your son that for Christmas? He's only 13, 14 years old. This is why parents need to go to jail. If you see that now for your kids' actions, the parents get some of that too, how many parents will be better? How many parents will be better if now you are liable for your kids' actions? I believe all parents should be liable for their kids' actions. If your kid does something that they shouldn't be doing, lock up the parents too. Because you know what? A lot of you parents need to go to jail because of your kids' actions. A lot of you parents have bad kids that are just mischievous. They continue to do the same thing over and over again. You guys turn the blind eye. You say it's just a phase. But then things like this happen. Events like this happen. And then you're like, I don't know where he came with that from. I don't know what he thought. Because you didn't discipline your kids. I would be paying attention to this case because at the end of the day, that parent deserves to go to jail for sure. Absolutely.
Expert Caroline Polisi says a conviction here could open the door to more parental prosecutions nationwide.
This is a cautionary tale for other parents out there that are buying their children's guns, that are aware that their child has potentially mental health issues. This, I think, is going to be set as a deterrent.
For Skirmerhorn, it's a matter of holding someone accountable.
He already died by himself, and that's been hard. So I'm going to show up every day for him.
Now, this case is also a new testing ground for a new Georgia law that would allow child charges to be elevated to second-degree murder. Colin Gray has pleaded not guilty to the nearly 30 charges against him. We reached out to his attorneys. They had no comment. Errol.
All right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I like what Georgia's doing. And yes, by him getting convicted, it will open this nationwide. It's because these parents also need to be on the hook for their child's actions. For sure. For sure. There's so we see it all the time. We see bad kids and the parents are just like, la la la. Don't care. Why have kids if you're not gonna parent? Why have kids if you're not gonna be a positive influence? Why have kids if you're not gonna discipline your kids? You know why? It's because if something happens to their kids, they're not on the hook for it. All parents need to be liable for what their kids have done. If your kid is being a jack, he's doing all these things, he's being ignorant, he's stealing, thieving, causing harm, absolutely the parent needs to go to, because the parent knows what's going on. They just choose to be negligent. That is the problem that we have. We have to make sure that these parents are on the hook. And I definitely feel like once this father gets prosecuted and he gets jail time, a lot of states are going to do the same thing. Because what it is, these parents are not parenting in 2026, 2025, 2024, 2023. Probably for the past 10 to 15 years, a lot of these parents have been lazy. This is why these things keep happening at these schools. This is the reason why these kids are acting crazy. It's because the parents ain't parenting. It should be a crime for a parent not to be parenting. That is your duty as a parent, is to be parenting, disciplining, and teaching your kids. It is not the state's job to teach your kids how to be decent human beings, how to not do crazy things. That is your job. That is the responsibility you signed up for when you had a child. There's no way that you should not be on the hook if your child does crazy things and does illegal things. If anything your child does is illegal, you should go to jail too. You should go to jail too. I guarantee, if you know that you're on the hook for your child's actions, you're going to pay attention more. You're going to be a parent. Because you know why? You care about yourself more than you care about your child. That's the sad thing about a lot of you parents. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description below. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m., 10:21 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have the No Filter Morning Show. Make sure you tune in. Talking about real stuff, no filter, all day, every day. I appreciate you guys, and I'm out.